Good morning. This is Dr. Swanberg from Lawson State Community College doing a simple review of simple sentences. A simple sentence contains a subject, a verb, and independent meaning, or a complete thought. A subject is a noun that is performing the verb in the sentence. A verb is an action or a state of being. Independent meaning means that the sentence doesn't rely on anything else in order to make sense. When you hear it, you know how to respond. At its most basic, a simple sentence may contain only a subject, a verb, and independent meaning, as in the two-word sentences below. Each one of these sentences is a complete sentence. Life stinks. People lie. Love prevails. Hope survives. Work pays. Students learn. Each one has a subject in red, a verb in green, and if someone said them to you, you would know how to respond. If someone came to you and said, "People lie," you could simply return, "They sure do." In these two-word sentences here on the right, you'll notice that there isn't a subject. That's because these sentences have an implied subject, you, because the sentences are imperative. Imperative means that you're telling somebody what to do with your sentence or giving them a command. We could add you to each one of these sentences, as in, you sit down, but sometimes that seems a little too aggressive, so we just imply the you and allow the sentence to be correct without the subject there. Sit down, stop shouting, go away, drink water, be quiet, think carefully. Each one of these is also a correct sentence. Simple sentences may also contain all sorts of other things. They can contain a compound subject, where you have more than one subject performing the same verb, as in the sentence, Jack and Jill went up the hill. Both Jack and Jill did the action in this sentence. They went up the hill. You can also have more than one verb attached to the same subject, as in the sentence, John swam and then ate. John did both the swimming and the eating, and both swam and ate are attached to John, so it's still just a simple sentence with two different verbs. You can also have prepositional phrases. Prepositions are little words that tell us the relationship between nouns. Things like to, for, over, under, beside, in. These are all prepositions. In this sentence, I went to the house beside a lake, there are two prepositions in purple. The phrases are a little bit bigger than the preposition itself. To the house and beside a lake are prepositional phrases. These can make a simple sentence quite long. There can also be modifiers in your sentence. In this case, we've used adjectives to describe what kind of flowers I love the best. I love the blue and yellow flowers the best. Blue and yellow are modifiers describing flowers. You can also have articles in a simple sentence, a, an, and the. In this sentence, the man went on a hunting spree. There are two articles here. You can also have a list in a simple sentence, as in the sentence, I think we need pencils, paper, and a lot of erasers. Be careful when you're looking at simple sentences with lists that you don't look at the comma and the conjunction and think that you've got a compound sentence. This is just a list. You've got commas because it's separating the items in a list, and you've got an and before the last item in the list. Correct simple sentences can be short or long. Length has nothing to do with whether a sentence is a run-on or a fragment. Both of these sentences below are correct, and they are both simple sentences. Neither one is too short, neither one is too long. The first sentence is simply one of those two-word sentences, school rules. The second simple sentence is also correct, although it's got quite a bit of other things in it. This school is a wonderful place to learn things that challenge and empower you to be a better person than you were before. Both of these are simple sentences. They simply vary in length. There are also different kinds of simple sentences. There's the declarative sentence. My sister is moving in with me. I am worried about my grades. Notice the subject in red and the verb in green. You can also have imperative sentences that we talked about briefly before. These are sentences that are giving commands or telling someone what to do. Notice the implied you. The subject is not marked in red because the subject is implied and not really in the sentence. Please take the trash out for me. Don't bother making dessert. These are commands, and we could add you. You take the trash out for me. Don't you bother making dessert. But again, it makes the sentence seem more aggressive than it needs to, so we just take them out and let it be correct. In an interrogative sentence, we rearrange things a little bit. An interrogative sentence is simply a question, but notice that the subject and the verb are in the opposite order that we usually see them in. Above, my sister, which is the subject, comes first in the sentence, my sister is moving. In these interrogative sentences, the verb comes first. Where is your mother? Here, the verb is comes before the subject, mother. In the sentence, what am I supposed to do here? Once again, we have the verb am come before the subject, I. Make sure when you're writing and speaking interrogative sentences that you reverse your subject and your verb. Simple sentences can sometimes look almost like a compound sentence, but don't be fooled. John went to the beach and went swimming. Abigail fell off the monkey bars and broke her arm. These look a little bit like compound sentences because we have the and we have two verbs. But remember, simple sentences can have two verbs. A compound sentence would not only have two verbs, it would have two subjects and two completely independent meanings. So John went to the beach and he went swimming. When it's a compound sentence, you can say each half of the sentence by itself and have it make sense. John went to the beach. He went swimming. Each of those is a correct sentence. If you look at the simple sentences above, you'll notice that you cannot say the things that come after the conjunction and by themselves and have them make sense. Went swimming, broke her arm. These are not complete sentences because they don't have a subject. In the compound sentences, the phrases on both sides of the comma and the conjunction have both a subject and a verb. In the simple sentences, again, there is only one subject. In the compound sentences, there are two complete sentences joined by a comma and a conjunction. That's all for now.